Welcome to my channel. Listen to my stories every day. Comment, like and subscribe to my channel. Enjoy listening.
My name is David. I'm 34, a career military man, and more accustomed to the rhythm of deployments and drills than the quiet of home. This life has its demands, but I always believed the foundation I had with Jenna, my wife of 6 years, was solid. Trust had been the cornerstone of our relationship, or so I thought. It's a cool, crisp evening in November when I return. The decision to surprise my parents before heading to my own home seemed innocuous at the time. Their house, a familiar beacon of warmth and memories, is just a detour on my way back to what I expected to be a loving welcome after months abroad. I parked my truck quietly beside the garage, the hum of the engine ceasing with a turn of the key. Stealth wasn't my intention, but old habits die hard. I slipped through the garage's side door, a path well-trodden from years of teenage escapades. The house is quiet, the kind of silence that speaks of settled routines and the slow tick of a wall clock. Stepping into the living room, the soft murmur of voices halts me. Laughter, too familiar, slices through the quiet and tightens my chest. It's her laugh, Jenna's. My heart races as I edge closer, the carpet muffling my footsteps. And then I see it. The sight claws at me, a visceral punch to the gut. Jenna is there, not just laughing, but, with my father. They are on the sofa I bought last Christmas, tangled in a way that shreds any illusion of innocence. My father, my role model, my supposed ally in all things life threw our way, entwined with my wife, my Jenna. The laughter dies in my throat. I stand there, frozen, as a flurry of emotions battles within me. Betrayal. Disbelief. Anger. It's a tableau of treachery, painted vividly in the dim light of the living room. Jenna's eyes catch mine, wide with shock. Her voice, when it finally breaks the silence, is a whisper of my name, laced with a guilt that does nothing to soothe the sting. David. It's not what it looks like. But it is. It's exactly what it looks like. My father, recovering slower, shifts, his expression one of confusion morphing into shame. He starts to speak, his words fumbling. Son, I can explain. Save it, I cut him off, my voice steady despite the tumult inside me. The military has trained me well, even in the face of personal catastrophe, I stand firm, controlled. Jenna stands, smoothing her dress, a pathetic attempt to compose herself. David, please, let's talk about this. There's nothing to talk about, I reply, the coldness in my voice foreign even to my own ears. I turn away from them, from the betrayal. The need for action, for doing something, anything, courses through me. I decide then, my course clear. Revenge, a concept I've always associated with pettiness and short-sightedness, suddenly feels like a fitting response. As I leave the house, the last image I have is of Jenna's tear-streaked face and my father's slumped shoulders. They don't follow me. They know, as well as I do, that some lines, once crossed, redraw the maps of our lives irreversibly. Outside, the chill bites at my skin, but it's nothing compared to the frost inside me. I climb into my truck, the engine roars to life, and I pull away with only one thought clear in my mind: Jenna will regret this, and I will be the architect of her downfall. The night is deep and relentless as I drive nowhere in particular, the roads empty, echoing my own sense of isolation. I can't go home, not now, not to her. Instead, I head to the one place where I can think, where I can be alone with my betrayal, the old field base where I trained as a rookie. The guard at the gate, Corporal Hicks, recognizes me instantly. His salute is sharp, respectful. Lieutenant Parker, didn't expect you at this hour, sir. Needed to see the old grounds, Hicks. Keep it quiet, will you? I request, my voice more strained than I intend. Of course, sir. Everything all right? Just need some time to think, I reply, pushing past the concern in his eyes. Driving past the barracks, I park near the training grounds, the silhouette of obstacle courses and climbing frames casting eerie shadows under the moonlight. The cool air is a balm, but it does little to soothe the turmoil inside. As I walk, my phone vibrates, a message from Jenna. I ignore it, the digital words too weak to bridge the gulf of her betrayal. Instead, I dial Sergeant Max Reynolds, my closest friend and confidant in the service. He picks up on the second ring, his voice groggy but alert. "David? This isn't your usual time for heart-to-hearts. What's up?" "It's Jenna, and my dad. I caught them together tonight," I say, the words tasting bitter. There's a pause, a breath held in shock. "Jesus, David. What are you going to do?" "I'm not sure yet, but I need to make her pay, Max. I can't let this slide." Max's loyalty comes through, steady and sure. "You know I'm with you, whatever you need. Just say the word. I might need some help digging up dirt. Jenna's got secrets, I know it. Her past, the things she's hidden from me, I want to know it all. You got it, man. I'll see what I can find out. You need somewhere to crash tonight?" I consider his offer. "Yeah, that might be best. I'm heading your way." 20 minutes later, I pull up to Max's place. He's waiting at the door, his expression grim. "We'll figure this out, David. You're not alone in this." We spend the night poring over Jenna's social media, emails she'd left logged in on my laptop from months ago, searching for anything that could help in my plan for revenge. It's dirty work, sifting through the remnants of a life I thought I knew. Around 3 a.m., Max hits something. "Look at this," he murmurs, pointing to a series of messages between Jenna and someone named Rick. The contents are more than friendly, they're intimate. Who the hell is Rick? I ask, a new wave of anger rising. Not sure, but I can find out. If he's part of her life, he could be the key to whatever game she's playing. As dawn breaks, we lay out our strategy. Jenna's world is about to unravel, thread by thread. I won't just be a casualty of her deceit, I'll be the orchestrator of her undoing. And it starts with unmasking every lie she's ever told. The early morning light casts long shadows across Max's living room as we plot our next move. Despite the exhaustion, the sense of betrayal fuels my resolve. "Rick, huh? Let's find out who Mr. Mystery really is," Max says, fingers flying over his keyboard as he navigates through social media and public records. I pace the room, my thoughts racing. If she's been seeing him, there has to be evidence. Receipts, messages, something. Max nods, absorbed in his search. "Got something here. Looks like this guy works at the bank downtown, the same one Jenna switched to last year. Could be how they met." A plan starts to form in my mind. Let's pay Mr. Banker a visit today. Max raises an eyebrow but nods. "All right, man. But we keep it clean. Just talking." Of course, I agree, though the anger simmering within suggests I'd like to do more. After a quick breakfast, we drive to the bank. The city is bustling, oblivious to the drama unfolding in my life. We park across the street from the bank, watching the entrance. After about 30 minutes, a man matching Rick's description walks out. "That him?" Max asks. "That's him," I confirm, recognizing him from the pictures we found online. We approach him casually as he nears his car. "Rick?" I call out. He turns, a puzzled look crossing his face. "Yes. Can I help you?" I step forward, offering a tight smile. "I think we have some mutual acquaintances. Mind if we talk?" Rick eyes us warily but nods. "All right, but make it quick." We move to a nearby coffee shop, taking a secluded table. I dive straight in. "You know Jenna Parker?" His reaction is subtle, but I catch the brief flicker of recognition before he masks it. Jenna? Yes, I know her. Why? I exchange a glance with Max before continuing. I'm her husband. And I know about you too. Rick stiffens, his eyes darting around. Look, I don't know what she's told you, but it's not about what she's told me. It's about what you're going to tell me, I interrupt, keeping my voice even but firm. Rick sighs, a resigned slump to his shoulders. We met at the bank. It started as coffee, then, more. I didn't know she was married at first. And when you did? Max chimes in. We continued. I'm sorry, man. I didn't think. You didn't think about me. That's clear. The anger is there, potent and demanding action, but I keep it in check. What does she want from you, Rick? He hesitates, then says, she's in trouble. Debt, a lot of it. She asked me to help her cover it up. Debt. Another piece of Jenna's secret life falls into place. Thanks, Rick. That's all I needed to hear. Leaving Rick at the coffee shop, Max and I step outside, the cool air a sharp contrast to the heated conversation. We've got what we need to start, Max says. What's next? I look back through the coffee shop window at Rick, then down the street towards the path that will lead me back to Jenna eventually. Next, we expose everything. Every lie, every deceit. She thinks she can manipulate her way out of this. She's wrong. I'm just getting started. As we walk back to the car, my phone vibrates. It's a text from Jenna, please come home. We need to talk. I type a quick reply, there's nothing left to say. But even as I send it, I know this is far from over. I'm not just going to expose Jenna, I'm going to reclaim my life. And I'm going to make sure she never forgets the cost of her betrayal. The day is overcast, mirroring the storm brewing inside me as I drive to Jenna's sister's house where I know she's been staying since the incident. Today, it all ends, one way or another. As I pull up, I see Jenna standing in the driveway, her posture tense, her eyes wary. She's waiting for me. David, she starts as I approach, her voice trembling. I was hoping we could talk. I think you've done enough talking, I reply coldly, stopping a few feet away from her. She winces, then takes a deep breath. I know you're angry, and you have every right to be. But there's more to this, things you don't know about. Oh, I know plenty. About Rick, about the debts. It's not just that, Jenna interrupts, stepping closer. Her eyes are earnest, pleading. David, I've been trying to protect you. I laugh, bitter and short. Protect me? By sleeping with my father? By lying to me? She shakes her head, desperate. Not that, there's more. It's your father, he's in trouble, David. The kind that doesn't just go away. Mafia-level trouble. I freeze, the words slicing through my anger. What are you talking about? Jenna glances around nervously before continuing. He borrowed money, a lot of it, from very dangerous people. When he couldn't pay it back, they threatened him, threatened you. I thought I could fix it. The revelation rocks me. My father, involved with the mafia? It's ludicrous, unthinkable. Yet the pieces start to fit together in a sickening puzzle. Why didn't you tell me? My voice is a whisper, a mix of anger and despair. I thought I could handle it. I didn't want you to worry, or to get involved. Your dad and I thought we could pay it off before it got out of hand. And sleeping with him? How does that fit into your plan? The accusation hangs heavy between us. Jenna flinches. That was a mistake. A horrible mistake. I was just so scared, and he was there, and it just happened. It wasn't planned. It wasn't meant to hurt you. I don't want to believe her, but the fear in her eyes is too genuine, too raw to be fake. I take a step back, needing space to think. What now? I ask, my voice hoarse with emotion. I've contacted someone who can help, someone from the FBI. They're investigating, and they've promised to protect us. Before I can respond, a sleek black car pulls up. A man in a suit steps out, flashing a badge. Mr. Parker. I'm Agent Morris. We need to talk. The next few hours are a blur of questions and answers. Agent Morris confirms much of what Jenna has told me, the debts, the threats, the ongoing investigation. They need my cooperation to bring down the people threatening my father. As night falls, Jenna and I find ourselves alone again. David, I'm so sorry, she whispers. Can you ever forgive me? I look at her, really look at her, seeing not just the woman who betrayed me, but the woman who risked everything to protect my family. It'll take time, Jenna. A lot of it. But we'll get through this. Together. And as we stand there, the weight of the past starting to lift, I realize that sometimes, the path to forgiveness is through the darkest parts of our hearts. Sometimes, it takes a storm to clear the air. And maybe, just maybe, we can start anew.